technologies for technical grade. Okay, so most of you introduce yourself except sir. You are from which kind? Nursing. Okay. So I noticed we have like 3 or 4 different schools, but many are from. So we especially the students. Okay, so oops. And those. Okay, so let me introduce myself. I'm Geeta. I just joined business school this year. I was an adjunct last year, but this year I've joined the School of Business. And before I joined business school, I was with the public university, TM, also an economics lecturer for more than 20 years. And before joining UITM, I actually was teaching economics for Form 6 students. So I've got 42 years. Don't create age. But anyway, that's me. And I love research. That's why even after retirement, I didn't want to just stay at home, do some research. So I was asked to talk on this topic. I was asked to talk on this topic, problem statement, because I was told that many of us have a problem with the problem. Sounds weird, but it's so true. In fact, I remember when I was doing, I did my PhD in Wellington. When I was doing my PhD, I remember the supervisor. It took me 6 months to get my problem statement. And I used to travel all the way from here to there, paying 3K every time. And all he can say is, oh, your work is so good, but I don't know what's your problem. But he doesn't teach me how to get to the problem, but he says, I don't know what's your problem. So I explained to him what's the problem. He says, wow, you explained so well, but it's not written anywhere in the paper. So I made sure that when I'm supervising the students, I really guide them. We want the same thing to happen to my students because 6 months of to and fro to KL, Wellington, and that time no Air Asia. So I had to do KL, Singapore, Auckland, Wellington, and it was really a challenge. Okay, so what we are going to do is, I'm not going to take so long, 2 hours, because I see many of you are here, might be having more experience than me. Half of you, I think, might have more experience than me. And you would have done some research in your life, either at undergraduate, at postgraduate, or while you're teaching. Okay, so if you want to ask me questions as I go along, I'm fine. You can just stop and say whatever you want. Okay, so let's research for a reason. So you all know that we all love to do research. We have to do research, not love to do. We have to do. And sometimes it's for because of PhD, because of masters, or because of our promotion, our KPI at our workplace. But what I'm trying to share with you all today is, let's do research, yes, but let's do it for a reason. Not just do because somebody asks us to do, the boss asks us to do, the examiner asks us to do, the supervisor asks us to do. No, we do it for a reason and we are able to answer the so what question. So whenever you all are doing a research or writing a journal article or writing your thesis, keep on asking yourself, so what? All the time keep asking yourself. Okay, so I'm going to go to the next slide. Where's mine? Okay, so there are 3. Can you make it full? Slideshow. Sorry, guys. 3 laptops.
And then this one went kaput already, not sure what happened. We still been doing this since 98.
Yeah, and maybe we can switch off the light.
Yeah,
Will it be useful? So dark. Sir, would you like to come to the front, please? I'm sure I won't ask you questions. Come to the front. I'll ask all those at the back questions. No, 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 the front. Back, okay. So again, I repeat, the 1 hour, 1.5 hours or whatever, whenever we finish, my main aim here is to guide you how to write a good research problem, how to identify a good research problem, and what are the elements you must have in a good problem statement. And you have to keep on asking yourself, so what? Why am I doing this research? What is it for? How is it going to benefit? Actually, what is the problem? You have to ask yourself. Nobody else is going to ask you. Okay, so there are 3 main objectives here. Next. Yeah, I start off with the first one. What is research? Okay, so I'm not going to go into too much into definitions, but I have taken two people whom I really like very much. That is Umasekaran and Creswell. You all can go back and read any research book you want. Oops. Hello. Next. Somebody has to help. I will do this. You all can do that. Yeah, sure. Okay, thank you. So please go and read any research book. But today I'm going to just let you know, any research book you read is something around these two. Okay? Research is an organized, systematic, database, critical, objective, scientific inquiry. You see, the sentence is so long, you don't know what is research. But there are 3 key words I would like to emphasize here. Is organized, systematic, and scientific inquiry. It's not just any inquiry, it is a scientific inquiry. That's why whenever you go and see a supervisor or you submit a grant or submit a journal article, every time they say, okay, you said this is a problem. Who said that? Where is your evidence? So that's where this word scientific inquiry comes. Scientific inquiry must have evidence. It must have an evidence base. Okay, so that is Umasekaran. That's why I use the word she. She emphasizes it's not merely a collection of facts, copy from here, copy from there, all that. No, but it's a process. Okay, so on the other hand, what Creswell's definition is so much easier. He just talks that it's a process of steps. But look at the last word. You have to understand the topic or the issue. So in general, if I ask you, what is research? Okay, this is going to be your first quiz question. So I told you what Umasekaran said, I told you what Creswell said. But if you ask me, I got 2 key words. It is structured and systematic. Okay, so it's a structured and systematic process. For what? For what? To either discover new knowledge, to solve problem, or validate existing theory. So I want all of you just to remember this. Basically, it's some curiosity you have. Why is this happening? But everything is evidence-based. So don't ever come out with a research with no evidence. Problem statement must have evidence that it is a problem. Okay, so if you go out and then you say, I'm doing a research on why my drains are getting clogged all the time it rains. Example lah, why my drains are getting clogged. I can turn around and ask you, who told you your drains are getting clogged? Can you show me any evidence? You say, yeah, I'm staying in this house. I can see it getting clogged. I say, okay, that's very good. But is there any written evidence? Then you say, yes. MBSJ in its latest report said that houses in Subang tend to get clogged up due to heavy rain. That's the evidence. So always remember, sometimes you see it, but you have to go back and read and see whether there's any evidence. Okay. So that moves me to the next slide. It's a question. Okay. I'm not going to call you names, or I'm not going to call names or anything. So you heard me say so many words just now. What would you think a good research should be? Because this is what all of you are doing now. So just blurt out some words, some keywords. What is a good research? It is, because that's a topic for today.
Evidence-based.
Very good. Okay, very good. You got some answers. Evidence-based,
Data. Database.
database, evidence-based. One more I heard just now. Structured. Yes, it is structured. It is systematic, right? Because you want to do, you have to start with A, then do B, go C, and then maybe C, go back to B, then go to C. After C, go to D. It's systematic. So what is a good research? Always remember, first thing is it must be systematic, must be structured, must be evidence-based. What is evidence-based? Your problem is evidence-based, not the research. Because why are you doing research if it's already done? Your problem. Okay, so now you want to find out how to find some solution to that problem which you read somewhere. Okay, so I move on the process. I think all of you here have done some research. Definitely you have done. So if you go and read any book or you Google into AI, some of them have 6 steps, some have 7 steps, some have 5 steps. Okay, I just want to share with you all that these are the basic 6 steps. You can turn around and say, no, according to so and so, there are 8 steps. Fine, because they broke down 1 or 2 steps. So maybe they broke down report 1 step, evaluate another step. But basically, this is everything, it encompasses. So what do you notice is the first step? Can anyone tell me what's the first step in the research process? The topic we are doing now. Identify the research problem. So just yesterday, one student said, I want to do my PhD outside, not UOW. A student said, I want to do my PhD. Can you help me? I said, yes, sure. I love to have children. But he said, can you tell me what topic to do? I said, this one is too much, lah. Right? You want to do and you're asking me. So I gave her some idea for number 1. Go and identify the research problem. Do you want to do it in science, in social science, in human resource, in economics, in business? Anything you want to do, can do. Go and Google and see what is the current problem in that area. So first, identify the research problem. You will be doing to and fro. It's okay. Today you see, oh, I saw this problem. Then by night you saw another problem. Next day you open, you do some Google, you see another problem. But your interest will go back and back to that one problem. That's your passion. So do that. Okay. So first things first, students and lecturers, identify the problem. So that's the problem we are having. How to identify the research problem. So one way is based on your discipline. For example, I'm economics, so I want to do something in economics. I did my studies in labor economics, so I do a lot of research on women, millennials, elderly, and families. So then whenever I read, I go back, I go there. Then I know that's my passion. So everybody here sure got one passion. Some of you like to do on consumer behavior. That's your passion. It's okay. But after a while, I moved on. I went into sustainable development goals. You can do that also. So that is the research problem. Okay, once you have identified the problem, then you go and read the literature in that topic. So some people, what they do number 2 first. Then they go to number 1. It's okay. It's not like a hard and fast rule. You don't know what to do, so you review some literature. But let me ask you, what literature you want to review? There are thousands of literature there, right? If you don't know the problem, you don't know the discipline, how? So best is at least go it down to your discipline, find the problem, and then do it. Okay. Once you read the literature, you will somehow get a general aim or general purpose. Then you can do the RO, the research objective, the research question. Then it goes to the other parts are easy. Data collection, analyze, evaluate. Why I'm showing you the research processes, I want all of you to know what is number 1. Number 1 is identify the research problem. That's our topic for today. Okay. So I move to the next one, research. So how many okay. So how many types of research? Some of them categorize research into 2, some categorize into 3. Okay, so there's applied research. There's applied research and there is basic or fundamental research. So applied research is the more interesting one. You research something based on some problem. Okay, for example, why is the burnout among academic staff increasing in recent years? Do you think it's a problem? Staff here? Any university you go, it is increasing. COVID, post-COVID, pre-COVID, whatever, it's been increasing. Okay, so that is an applied research, real world practical research. So applied research, there is a very clear negative issue. So that is the problem statement. This is happening, shouldn't happen. That's the problem. That's the issue. That's the statement. And why do you do it? You want to find out how to, I cannot say make it 0. I don't think this will ever happen, but you can lower it. You can mitigate it. You can make it better for the teachers. So if 100 teachers are having burnout, maybe you can reduce it to 50 or 40. Okay, so it will never become 0 because we are human, right? We will never be satisfied, right? We'll always be saying something like complaining or burnout. So that is easy, applied research. The problem we all face, so even PhD students, you all are doing applied. That is a problem, that is an issue. You want to know how this issue can be reduced, mitigated, or solved. Right. Okay. The one some of you might find difficult is basic or fundamental research. There's nothing wrong happening. Okay. No negative issue, but you still want to do a research on it. Okay. So this one is because you're curious what to do and you want to increase the knowledge. I remember I did one research on this. How do Gen Z define good mannerism in the current scenario? Because remember, in those days, chivalry, right? If you're in the bus, you see an elderly standing, you stand up and let them sit. Now you go and ask the young ones, some of you will have children of that age, some of you are young here. You say, why must I stand up? I'm also paying the same ticket price as that person. Why must I stand up? There's nothing wrong. If she wants to stand, let her stand. If she wants to sit, let her ask me. I feel that way, it's their right. When you're walking by and the door, they don't open the door for you. Not like our time when we are walking and we see somebody going through, you open the door. I know some of you still open, gentlemen and gentlewomen, but I'm saying the Gen Z, they don't think that's good mannerism or it's needed. So it's not a problem. This comes under basic research. That's a phenomena happening. You just want to know why is it happening? So that this one a bit difficult. So if you want to do your PhD or a journal article for this kind of research, you must be smart to explain to the examiner or to the reviewer of the journal why your research is needed, which is quite difficult, I'm telling you. Okay, but it's accepted. It's not that it's accepted, not allowed. Okay, the third type of research is action research. Normally, postgraduate students, many universities don't allow action research for PhD simply because, not because it's wrong, but that's a cycle. You have to do it, then you have to review, you have to get the data, analyze the data, and try it again. So by that time, 3 years is not enough. So they don't encourage. But I do know 1 or 2 universities in Malaysia, they still accept action research. Okay, so these are the two types of research. Okay, so far, is there any question? Before I go to, yes, sir.
Where does practice-based research fall under? Applied or basic?
It will come under a different set. So give me an example you're referring to. Is it science-based research?
Arts-based.
Example?
Painting. Because that's what I'm doing.
Okay, it will come under applied. So is there any problem, any issue you can tell me, then I can specifically tell you, because it can be applied, it can be basic also for painting.
It's not really issue. I just wanted to.
You see, in the painting, let's say there is no issue, but you want to know why are these classrooms painted in this shade? It's not a problem. Nobody complained. But you just want to understand the phenomenon. Is it that the university is a university color, or is it that it's good for the eyesight, like that? It's not a problem, so it will come under basic. So each one will be different. So either this or this. Only the action research I didn't show you all because normally students don't do, and staff also. They don't do it unless you are really an enthusiast of action. I know in my previous university, there are two lecturers who love to do action research. You also. Oh, okay, good. You also. Oh, okay. So it's not wrong. But did you do it for your PhD also? For your master's? So you had enough time for the circle?
I completed a little bit late because of COVID, so I didn't bring the testing.
Okay. Oh, very good. That's really good. Because some universities don't allow. Because not for masters. Masters is even shorter time, but you made it, very good. Yeah, good. There's a Journal of Action Research. Do you know? You should send articles there. They just specialize in action research. Okay. So I have some exercises for you all for later, but let me continue. What is a problem statement? Okay, so I have like watered it down in a very, very simple sentence. A problem statement is basically an issue that needs to be addressed. So it answers why the need for the research. So just remember, everyone who's here, whenever you want to do a research, ask yourself, why am I doing this research? So whenever I remember I asked my PhD students, why are you doing this research? They say, because they want promotion. It's a different answer. it's not why are you doing your PhD? I didn't ask them why you're doing your PhD. Ask them why are you doing this research? They say they want to get promotion. They want the lovely title in front of their names. But they didn't understand the question I asked them is, why are you doing this research? Okay, so always ask yourself, any topic you choose, why am I doing this research? Keep asking yourself this question every time you are doing the research. I tell you, you'll be surprised. Your research will be so good and so useful. Okay, so this is very simplified response to what is a problem statement. But I am more interested in what are some of the criteria for a good problem statement. What is a problem statement? Basically, a problem statement is an issue. Something is happening which shouldn't happen. Okay, so can I ask anybody here? Can you give me one example of something which is happening in your area? Your field, in your field. Not nice, I call your name. Shall I call names? Shall I call names? No. Something is happening in your discipline, in your area. It shouldn't happen. That is the problem. Then you tap on whether I should do a research there. So maybe, sir, your field, something on painting or art.
AI is taking over our jobs.
Yeah, it's not taking over your job, but
That's what's happening. A lot of artists are losing jobs because AI can do
all the things we are doing, AI can do, right?
exactly.
Yeah. So I don't think you will lose your job, but you must be able to learn how to blend it. So what would be the research?
Perhaps looking into how AI can be an assistant rather than taking over.
Yes. Okay. So you see, you yourself gave the question and you yourself found what is the issue there, which you can do a research. What about you? Next. Can you tell me which discipline you are?
In entrepreneurship.
Okay. Any issue you notice around you? Social entrepreneurship or
We have been developing the business. This was really, I don't see a trend. This actually might become an entrepreneur and they
yes.
actually, so I'm not,
Okay, very good. I did this with one of my PhD students in the previous university, but the student is from China. So the same thing is happening there. And they give, in China, they were saying, they have a course on entrepreneurship and they are given like so much emphasis on AI also. How to use AI in entrepreneurship. But yet at the end of the day, not even 2 people from that cohort become entrepreneurs. So she wanted to do a study. Yeah. So you see, you have to start thinking that is an issue, right? Okay. So the first thing is, you found the issue. Second thing we will go into is, so what? Okay. Okay. So before I go there, I want to just share with you all when you are doing your problem statement. 6 points you all have to ensure. The first one is academic excellence. Okay, what is this academic excellence? For example, I give you my example. I was looking at why women who are educated are not joining the labor market. Okay, so I can do this topic from an economics point. I can do from HR. I can do from feminist point of view. So many ways I can do, but because I'm economics, I wanted to do from labor market point of view. So that's the first one, academic excellence, meaning that you have to put your topic in that area which you want to excel in. So why is important? Because the theory you use will be then that theory. So I use economics theory. I had a massive issue for my study because I wanted to do economics, but I didn't realize the supervisor was a feminist. So for 6 months, we were arguing within each other. She's a feminist economist. I thought she's an economist, but you know, in countries like Australia and New Zealand, feminist is feminist. She kept on arguing with me, what is wrong with you? If the a lady is educated, she does a degree, she doesn't want to go to work, what is your problem? She actually asked me this, what's your problem? She don't want to work, let her stay at home. What's your problem? Why are you doing a thesis, a study on that? So it took me so long to make her understand that this is a labor issue. Our 8 or 9 universities in Malaysia are funded by the government. It's government money they are using to study. And after studying, they are sitting at home. But remember, I being a woman myself, and women here, doesn't mean that if you're staying at home, it's wrong. Because you can bring up children, and that is also human resource development. But my argument is many of them are not working, not 1 or 2, more than 50% of them are not working. So that is a problem. I want to know why. So academic excellence means from, if you are economics, you look at the economics point, or you want to do the same topic, human resource from the management, or you want to look at the feminist. So that's the first one. Your problem statement itself must place you in that point. Where do you want to do your study? So you want to do on entrepreneurship, your theory must be related to, at least one theory must be entrepreneurship. So you place it in entrepreneurship. So my student was looking at education and entrepreneurship. Okay, so that's the first one, academic excellence. Second one is research curiosity. So what I would like to tell here is, you are curious. You are curious why this is happening. So your problem statement must have that element of curiosity. What is going on? Why this is happening? Okay. The third one is main questions. Remember, we have research questions. So when you write the problem statement itself, you must be able to undo the research questions, right? Feasibility, yes. So you all know, all of us know what's going on in the world now, right? And we are all very worried, we are very upset, but we can't do anything, right? We can only do one thing. What is it? Pray. Yeah, we can pray. We can only do that. That's all, nothing else. Because also I heard the news about petrol price and how it's going to affect us. So we can only pray. So any research you say, Prof. Gita said there must be an issue. So the issue is there's a war going on in the Middle East. So I want to do a research. Yeah. Can you do number 4 or not? Is it feasible for you to do? So the moment it's not feasible, just drop it. Don't waste your time. You must be able to do it. So problem statement teaches you there are a lot of problems in this world. But you must have all these elements. Okay. The fifth one, visibility. So one look, I'm going to give you some exercise later. Just have a look at it. One look at the journal article or somebody's thesis, you know already, this is the problem. So interesting. I want to read some more. That's a good problem statement. So remember, this is a checklist for a good problem statement. Okay. The last one is guiding function. The problem statement which you wrote must be able to guide you to choose the method, what theory you are going to use. So if it's a problem where you want to find out what are the factors, like this now you said that, what are the factors why these students don't want to become entrepreneurs? So you're going to do a quantitative study. It's a guiding function. Or you want to do a qualitative interview. So the problem statement itself must help you to guide. Okay, so this is a checklist for a good problem statement. All right, remember what are we doing today here? We are trying to see how to write a good problem statement. That's all. That one simple thing is actually a big problem for most of us. Okay, so now I go into the WH questions. So your problem statement must have who, what, where, when. The most important is this one. Oh, I don't tell you what is most important. Can anyone tell me out of the 5 W and 1 H, which one you think is the most important? I was talking so long just now. Tell me, please. Anyone can guess? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 W and 1 H. Just have a look at the board. Which W or H question is the most important you feel? Just the lah. Just okay. Some of you say why.
How will the study address?
How? Okay. So why and how? Anyone else? Yes. Why? Okay. I want to hear from the students. Which one you think is the most important from what I've been talking just now in the problem statement? Okay, Anjam. Why? Very good. I have succeeded in teaching now. Okay, so good. The whole thing about why, when, who, sorry, what, who, where, when, why, and how. The most important is why. Why is this study needed? Why is this study important? So what if this study is not done? Life will still go on. Yeah, life will still go on. So when you're in the problem statement, oh, I'm not asking those people questions. Huh? Okay. So what is the problem? Okay. So afterwards, you all can share with me some problem which not your problem. Don't share with me your problem. But some study you have been doing or you have done some work. What is the problem? Okay. Who is affected? Basically tells you the respondents, your population, your sampling. Where is the problem happening? When did this problem actually start? And most important, I'm so happy more than half of you got this, right? No problem for the others, don't worry. Why does this problem need to be solved? Yes, how is also important, but why is more important? Okay, so I go to the next slide. Okay, so that 6 questions, those 6 WH questions, how you translate it into the problem statement. So you look at the what. What is actually, oh, the blue color. The what is actually the variable. So, Dendru, can you tell me what is the problem is which variable? You know, independent, mediating, dependent. So the problem is which variable? Independent or dependent or mediating? Very good. Oh, I'm so happy. Okay, so the problem is the dependent variable. So the what actually helps you in the problem statement to decide what kind of independent variables am I choosing, what kind of mediating, and actually what is the problem? That's the DV. So if you're doing a qualitative, also can, but what? The what? Okay, who are the people who are going through this problem? So like I told you, my study, educated women. My study was educated women. So maybe your study is entrepreneurship students. So you can take Wollongong, you can take all the private universities who've got entrepreneurship course, okay? And compare with the public universities which have entrepreneurship course. So you can do that. Where? So I did in Klang Valley, Malaysia. Where? Okay? So Yang Zhang, you're doing where? Your study? Where?
Yes.
Where?
Henan, China.
Okay, Henan, China. So in the problem statement itself, remember, you must already have all this in that 3-page problem statement. Okay? When is going on the last 2 years? The last 2 years, when? Most important is what? Why? Why am I doing this study? What will happen if I don't do this study? Just let it be lah. Why am I doing it? So here is the most important. We see that what is the impact or implication if this thing which is happening is going on. Okay, I'll tell you about my study impact. Afterwards, everybody is going to write short ones. How? Okay, I'm going to do quanti, quali, mixed method, experimental, thematic analysis, PLS, whatever. This is the how. Okay, so just remember, it's actually very easy for you to remember the 5W and 1H question to formulate your problem statement. Your problem statement will have no problem. All right, just think this. You can I will share the slide if you need it. Okay, now we go to so what? Second question, quiz question. Okay, I'm just going to give you an example. The same example I tell you about the study I did. And I want you all to tell me, so what? Okay, so I give you one. I told you that based on the Department of Statistics, I found that the female labor force participation rate in Malaysia was 72%. That means out of 100 women, 72% went to work. 72% of those who got a degree went to work. The balance, 28% stayed at home, didn't go to work. Okay? So that is fine. 72% is very good, right? Don't you think 72% is good? It's not a problem. If I say this is a problem, I am wrong. But my argument is, it goes up until they are 30 years old. At 30, the curve started to drop. And it dropped to 58%. That means 58% only went to work. The other balance, 42, stayed at home. Okay. And this happens in every country in the world. Malaysia is not unique. Every country also, the big run, this is the rate. 50, 52 example. But what happens is in other countries, when the women are 40 years old, curve goes up again. But in Malaysia, it just went down all the way. No more going up. Okay, so this was my problem statement. So my question to you is, so what? That's what my feminist economist asked me. So what if they want to work? What's your problem? She asked me, what's my problem? But that was a problem statement. So think and see, if the women do not go to work, you have to look at the problem from the micro perspective, the macro perspective, contribution to the how it will affect the country and how it will affect the nation, the national policy, etc. Okay, so anybody wants to think and come up with an idea if the married woman does not go to work? Sorry, not married woman, educated woman. Anybody wants to try? Any of you girls? Educated? Use government fund, study. Some of you used your parents' funds and study. Okay, how will it affect you? Pardon?
Did you find out why they're not working?
Yeah, after 30. That's why you should know what. After 30, why they didn't work?
So, problem statement, you find out why they're not working.
Not why they are not working. Why it drops and it doesn't go up again.
So basically, it's like they mentioned you want to find out why they
Yeah, because I generally know from the Department of Statistics that it's after marriage. So I don't want to know why they stopped working. I want to know why they don't want to continue working. So that's my study. But my question to you all now is, so what if they don't work? Why am I doing this study? So if you cannot answer that question, you shouldn't do the research. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Yes.
Because you say it's specific to Malaysia, right? So is it a cultural issue?
Yes. It can be a cultural issue, but it doesn't answer the so what. If educated women don't work, so what?
So you want to actually measure from the macro perspective, is that
It can be micro, macro, national, or nation. It can
the
be
contribution to the GDP and all that?
Yes, so that is one. The contribution to the GDP will drop. Okay, that's a national level. Very good. Yeah, I heard something here. Very good. It's very simple. What happened to the income of the family? The family income is going to go down. Earlier, the wife and the husband were working. Now, after the first child comes, she goes down. So it affects the family income. And another one is what about to the woman herself? Yes, it also affects standard of living. Okay, so there's three already. The fourth one is what happens to the woman herself? Do you think she's happy? She was working, now she's forced to work, let go of her job. Half of them are very happy. Okay, they've got rich husbands, so they are very happy. They still get the money, no problem. But the balance half whom I interviewed, they said no choice because the babysitter is equally expensive. So they might as well stay at home. So this is what I'm trying to say. The so what must be there. It's going to affect the woman herself. It's going to affect the family, the standard of living, the cost of living, the type of living, quality of living. All that is affected because that one woman is not going to work. So that's why I'm doing this study. Okay, then the third, it affects the GDP of the country. So if you do some more reading, you can find some more answers. But just without reading, you all can give me logical answers, right? So only if you got the so what, do that research. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Don't do if there's no value. The so what is the value? You must have, yeah.
Sorry, you're talking about so what, when we create a so what, must it be evidence proven? Or we just like I said, based on the woman not working, they are not happy, right? But they got no literature review saying that. I just think they are not happy. So is it still considered?
Yeah, but if they are not happy, that's not helping you to do the research one. Right? No, I'm not trying to find out why they stopped work, I'm trying to say these women should be in the labor market, but they are not. Why? So we have all the reasons lah. Okay, family, the children came and all that. But the underlying question is, so what if they are not working? Why are you doing the study for? So at the end of the whole thing, I came out with the recommendation that they stopped working because of the child. They stopped working because of the children, the baby which was born.
Oh.
Nobody to take care of the baby.
So we can study our speculations.
No,
Okay.
all are evidence. Yeah. So I came out with a recommendation, and that was like 12, 14 years ago. I recommended flexi work. And when I brought this out to the Ministry of Human Resource, they really shocked me. They said, you know what, you're talking, you just did one thesis, you came. They actually invited me to talk. There were some officers. And when I told them, they just like, there's no such thing as work from home. Look what is happening now. That's all we are doing, right? This was already happening in Australia and New Zealand. So that was my case study. And the Norwegian countries, they have very good work from home and flexi work. So now everybody is talking about it because they were forced during COVID, right? Yeah. So the so what is, why should these women work in the first place? Why can't they just enjoy life and stay at home? It's not that they are enjoying life and staying at home. Most of them forced to leave the job because of the baby which came. And then there's a second child also, so they can't go to work. Then the third child, and then babysitting is so expensive in Malaysia. You don't get allowance. Now only we get allowance. It's one of my recommendations also. Now only we get allowance for childcare and exemption from tax exemption. See, these are all things which came out from our study, but nobody is going to acknowledge that, right? But I did this that time itself. So I'm just saying, if your problem doesn't answer a so what, don't do it, lah. There's no value for your work. Okay, anyone online has questions to ask, please feel free. Okay, so, oh yeah,
I just try to understand the so what. I'm thinking.
sure.
So your question is, your research question is why the woman not working job, right? This your.
No, my question is, why should this research be done? Why is it important?
And you read the literature review.
Yeah,
To support
yes,
why is it important.
yes. Anything needs to have evidence, lah. So other studies show that they stopped because of childcare.
So why is it important? Is the so what?
Yeah, the so what is at the woman level, okay, micro, at the family level. If they, so actually basically, so what means if they don't work, what is the implication? This one. What is the implication? What is the impact? Yeah. So it's not about the woman, it's about the total number of women, lah.
So let's say if the woman will work and then what is the impact?
Yes,
So then we think if they don't work, the family income will drop.
drop.
That's when the family income drop, is it I have to find out or have to put it in literature review?
No, when you do the research in the questionnaire, we can find out already.
Or to the level?
Yeah. So now we haven't even come to the research. No, we are trying to decide, is this research necessary or not? If it cannot answer this question, don't do it. Go and do something else. So maybe I can get one research from somebody here. Then maybe I can explain. Anyone doing any research? Are you doing any research? No? Okay, tell me about your research. No, then I can explain to you better. Any research? Because maybe you can't understand the so what yet.
About mental health,
Okay.
especially how parents find it very difficult to talk about mental health issues. My specialty is actually in creative media. So how do I use like media, like those type things? Assist parents to talk to their kids because they are engaged on media, right? So how do I ensure?
Okay, very good. So what is your problem statement?
Okay, augmented reality or media we use to like
That's not problem statement, that's your objective. You had one problem just now.
it's about mental health.
Parents find it difficult.
What topics, how should they start the conversation? What kind of prompts?
Okay, so very good. So it's like this. So you can say that post-COVID, mental health has become an issue. That's the background of study. Okay, so the issue here is parents are not able to talk to their children. That's the issue, you know. So I will turn down and ask you, sorry, I forgot your name. Melissa. So Melissa, you answered what? Okay, parents are not able to talk. Who? Parents and the children. Where?
Even the home, the family.
Yeah, but where are you doing this study?
Like,
Okay, let's say climb ready. Okay, when? Like now lah. Okay, post-COVID. Okay, why is this study important?
because of what we see now in schools, what's happening to kids, what are they doing?
No, that's the thing I need you to understand. Why is this study important? That means if parents don't talk to the children, what is the impact? The one you are saying is a method lah. Method. So why is it important parents must talk to children? If not, what will happen to the child? They will go the wrong way, right? So the relationship between the parents and the child will be loose, and the child will be affected by peer and outside influence. Okay, number 3, this is only micro inside the house. Okay, a bad child, a mentally affected child, how will he become in society? So these questions are the so what. Why is this study needed is the so what.
Is that the one that we need to prove with literature, or we just ask the question like in the?
Oh, you get it from literature. Yeah.
Okay.
Because we, like logically, we are talking, maybe we'll get one lah, you can get one. But before you get it, you have been reading so much about this, right? That's where you got the answer. Yeah. TV, radio, podcast, newspaper, all you get the answers. Not just journal article, anywhere you get the answer. Okay. So, Yang Zhao, can you tell us as a student, what is your problem statement? Not what's your problem, what's your problem statement? Say the first background of study, one sentence. Tell everyone.
So far, by now it's the AI age, and therefore the consumer we prefer to use the chatbot in the online during their online shopping, which can like the time saving and
Okay, so the background of study is in this current era of AI, consumers are buying things and everything is online, and many are using chatbot. You know, chatbot, you ask questions, they okay. Then there is a but or a however. Okay, tell that. That's your problem statement. However, yeah.
However, only like 9.6%. However, only like have like 40% of the consumer they are prefer to use the chatbot during their online shopping, but still have another like 16% they are prefer to use the human to talk.
Okay. So the 40% who use chatbot and 16% prefer to use human. I think, I don't know about you all, like I am in that 16%. I prefer to take a phone and call. I just hate it to talk to a machine. Sometimes it's so irritating. But further 9% of the youth, only 9% of the youth use chatbot. So you will imagine youth, the young ones, youth use a lot of AI and tech, right? Only 9% are using chatbot to communicate. So what do you think is the problem? It's a very low, right? 9%, it's even less than 10%. Okay, so the question which arises is, so what? So what if they don't use the chatbot? What's your problem? That's the thing. So what is why? So what, Yang Zhao? If they don't use the chatbot, so what?
They may take a long time with what they're doing online shopping.
Okay, so always remember the so what actually answers what are the disadvantage of not doing this. So what is the advantage? What is the disadvantage? So advantage of chatbot is very fast. It's high tech. It's 24/7. You don't have to, when you are awake, only do it. When you're not awake,
when it's offline. Also, you can do it anytime. You can do it. So there are few advantages of using chatbot, and then you have to do that in the so what. So that's where you will say, if you don't use chatbot, what is going to happen? That's the so what. So again, I repeat, so what is if you don't do what is supposed to be done, what will happen? Okay, so all of you start thinking of one problem statement and the so what. The others all are very easy. It's always the so what is the problem. Okay, so maybe I can give you all, I think I need to go a bit faster. Can I just finish this, then I give you a break? I just finished research gap. Basically, I want to tell you all what's the difference between problem statement and research gap. Okay, so research gap, everyone. Yeah, I know you're still having a lot of questions for problem statements at the back. Okay, research gap. So what is a research gap? You know what's a gap, right? There's a gap between A and B. So this, you all can see, it's a, yeah, are you okay at the back?
Yeah, we just discussing about.
I know, I will,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm so sorry, I just need to just realize that I've overshot. I give you all a short break in 10 minutes, 5 minutes. Let me just finish this. So the research gap, it's an issue or problem, but it hasn't been resolved. It's happening and happening, but not yet resolved. Okay, so what we look here is the node. And the unknown is the gap. Okay, so literature, just now you were asking, right? How do we know if women don't go to work? That's the known. If women don't go to work, their income in the family will be low. The standard of life will be affected. The quality of life, that is the known. It's established based on evidence. The unknown is the gap. Why is it happening? It's supposed to be good, but why is this thing happening? That is what we are studying. That's called a gap. So a lot of studies have been done on women going to work. A lot of studies have shown if women go to work, this is what's going to happen, this is good, this is good, this is good. But that study has not been done on educated women in Malaysia. There's a gap. So many studies have been done, but it has not been done in this country. So you see the research gap, I will end with this, give you all a short break. There are different types of research gaps. So if you go into different research textbooks, most of the books got 5 types of research gap. Okay? Some got 6, some got 5. So there's an evidence gap, a knowledge gap, practical gap. Population gap is the easiest. It's been done in the Western world. It's not been done in Malaysia. Methodological gap is simple. Quantitative method has been done, but quali hasn't been done. Okay, theoretical gap. They use the theory of planned behavior. They use the theory of consumer behavior, but they didn't look at this from the theory of management. So I want to look at it as a gap. An empirical gap. They looked at 3 variables, but they never looked at the current trend of technology or AI. So that is my empirical gap. So I just want you all to visualize. Problem statement is something, gap is something. It's 2 different things. Problem statement is there is a problem happening. You want to study why. Gap is a lot of studies have been done, but not this one which you want to do. 2 different things, right? So most of the students and those who are writing journal articles, they say, I want to do this because nobody else has done it. Okay, I just want to ask you, sir, Can you say that? Is that a good problem statement? I want to do this study because nobody else has done it. That's what you all must know when you leave the room in a few minutes' time. Problem statement is a problem is happening. It shouldn't happen, but it's happening. Are you looking at the door?
No,
Wait, don't go yet. Problem statement is a problem. It shouldn't happen. Something caused it to happen. Shouldn't happen. Gap is many of the research has done all this, but they didn't look at what you are looking at. That's the gap. So for PhD students, normally we have 3 gaps or 4 gaps. Some of them have 2 solid gaps. It's very good. Okay, so let me just see what is there. Okay. You need a 10 minutes quick toilet break? Or shall I continue? Continue. Okay, who wants to go to the washroom? You can go and come. If not, I will just continue because I think I want to finish on time. Okay, so formulating a problem statement, I think most of you know already. Next one, dear. So I repeat once again, you go and study. While you study, you want to work. But these women didn't work. Study must work. That's ideal. But reality is they didn't work. They worked until they were 30 years old. They got married, so they still worked. Only when the first baby came, they stopped working. How do I know this? Department of Statistics data showed it. So that's evidence-based. It's not my own story. That's the reality. Okay, let's go and read and see. Is there any studies in Malaysia on this study? Why the curve for the labor force is dropping? Has that been done before? I found that a lot of studies have been done in Malaysia, but not on educated married women. Because I only looked at educated married women. So there was a gap. Okay. Then I have to ask myself, why? Why am I doing this study? Women don't want to work. So what? That's when the micro, the mother, the father, the family, the income drops, the standard of living will drop, blah, blah, blah. Here. So I did the study and I come up with a recommendation of flexible work from home, give allowance and give tax reduction. That is there. So this is a problem statement. Okay. I want to highlight here 3 things. Problem statement must have evidence. I keep on saying evidence, evidence, evidence. Your evidence can be from newspaper. Recently, I found out that you can also have from speeches from ministers and all, but you must know where they spoke and when they spoke. So let's say they spoke in parliament, you have some evidence. I think they used the word anecdotal, but you must have exact evidence. You cannot simply say, Prime Minister said this, no. So that's why I never allow the students to do that, but I allow them to take newspaper, education reports, annual general meeting reports, all can. Okay. Second, the gap. Okay, your gap, remember I told you just now, many studies were done in Malaysia on women and work. But there must be, so I cannot just say many studies were done. I must cite 3 or 4 studies who have done. You have to, because everything is evidence-based. Remember, it's a scientific inquiry. Okay, last and the third one, most important. So, is your research actually is worthy? The word is worthy. Yeah, very good. You got the gap, you got the problem statement, but this is important. Is it useful? Is there any value for your research? Okay, so examples, I'm not going to do this. Okay, this is the last one. I'm going to make you do an exercise. 5 minutes only, very fast. Okay, I'm giving you a title. I can share this with you later. This one, some sentences, how to write problem statement and get. Okay, I can share this with you all later. But more important, I want to continue because this exercise I want you to do. Okay, so I'm giving you an example. Just take note because after that, all of you have to do one. I give you the boxes, you fill up. Okay, so this one, I read the star paper. This is, I read, it's in 2020, COVID, during MCO. Okay, so I did this research actually among millennials. I did with my master's student. So the topic was working from home. So topic is always the last one. The most important is what is the problem? Remember the title of my study is Research for a Reason. Title of today's topic is Research for a Reason. Don't simply do research. Okay. So the stress level among many working millennials shows an upward trend during COVID times. And this came out in the Star newspaper at that time, 2020. So remember the WH question, who is affected? So I'm going to ask the students because they're very quiet. I know you're very scared of your language. Don't be so scared. Can I ask? Who is affected? Can you answer? The answer is there. Just read out for me. Who is affected in this problem? So shy. Okay, next one. Never mind. Who is affected? Can you help him? Wait, just read that from there. Okay, never mind. All right, who is affected is millennials. I already gave you the problem there, right? Okay, where is it? Because you all are going to write now, so you must understand.
Klang Valley.
Okay, it's in the Klang Valley. So this is on, I read in the Star paper. Okay, so I get it from there, when is during COVID time. Okay, so these 4 questions are the 4W questions. Once I get the 4W questions, I now have to go to literature and look at the gap. Should I do this study or should I not do? So what? Why must I do this study? Okay, so look at the gap. Okay, so you look at the gap. I read many studies have shown that bank workers have a lot of stress. So I must write the name, I didn't write here, the brackets. You and I, number 2, academics are very overworked and they are stressed. So I read a lot of studies that these people are stressed, that people are stressed. Accountants are very stressed. Working mothers are very stressed, but I didn't see any study on millennials stress. So that's a gap. Okay, so I said, yes, I want to do this study. Okay, so I cannot do. Before I do, what must I think of? All the, very good. You must ask yourself, so what? Millennials are stressed. Why are you so bothered? Stress lah. Everybody also is stressed, right? But millennials are stressed. You want to do research. Why? You have to ask. Very good. I'm so happy. So, micro, macro, national, nation. For this, I have 4 levels. Sometimes you only have 3. So, why is it important to do this study? Because number 1, millennials make up 45% of workforce. I got it from the Department of Statistics. Number 2. Okay, can someone tell me, anyone, I don't want to call names and stress you all further. Anyone tell me, if you are stressed, how will it affect you? Here, so if you all are stressed, what will be affected? Yes, very good. Mental health, someone?
Productivity.
Yes. So you see, I'm doing from economics point, So that's why I used productivity. So you can do mental health, productivity, yes. Anything else will be affected, personal? Micro? What?
Relationship.
Yes, very good. Relationship with the boyfriend, girlfriend, or husband, wife, because millennials also can get married. And what about the parents? Right? You are stressed, you go home, you're always going to fight. Affected. See, very good. Now you all are thinking, I'm so happy, man. Okay, then when productivity is affected, this is economics already. So if you're doing a different level, you do your one. How did I get this answer? Like what you were asking, sir, is because of reading. Okay? GDP of the nation, the country's national income will be affected. And just ask yourself, you're working in this country all the time stressed because you're working at 9 o'clock, going home only at 9 o'clock at night, 12 hours you're working. What's the first thing you will think? Should I what? Resign. Yes, very good. Actually, you are right. I did put it there. Should I resign? Why am I working here and killing myself? Right? Someone, what else will you think if you cannot tahan anymore?
I want to eat.
Okay, so it affects your health, right? Yes, correct. It's true. Many people, when they are stressed, they will want to eat. Some people will have other coping strategies, but some people will have this kind of coping strategy. It's fine. But remember, it will affect something else. But what else will you do if you are stressed? Very good. Take some Panadol. You're so tired, you're so stressed, so affect your health. So all this comes under micro. But you all didn't tell me the last one. You're so fed up. Every firm you go in Malaysia have to work 12 hours. What might you decide to do?
Well,
Yes, very good. You will migrate. Now the last one, brain drain. You leave the country. So who does it affect when you leave the country? It will affect the country, but it will also affect your family lah. Unless your whole family goes. Okay? So you see, there's so much here, That research is very good. Okay? Finally, only is the age question. Okay. After I find all this answer, what is it? How am I going to help? Who am I going to help? So you can give policy recommendation to the Ministry of Human Resource, to the Ministry of Education. You can develop a new policy and suggest. People want to listen or don't listen, we don't know lah. We suggest. But that is the how. But the important thing is until this level must be strong. Why am I doing this research? So what? Okay, so now let's try out a problem statement. Hi everyone online. Any questions? No, okay. Okay, so can we try this now? Okay, so everybody, I'm going to give you 10 minutes. I'm already finishing already. 10 minutes for this and another 10 minutes. 2 more slides. So just think of any topic like what you said just now. Anything simple. It can be right or wrong, doesn't matter. I'm not going to do a viva for you now. Okay, just think of any issue which is going on in your mind. PhD students, you all can do your PhD topic. Easy. Lecturers, just come up with some topic, then we can discuss. I think the what, who, where, when is easy. The so what only. Okay, I'm going to go around. If you have some questions to ask me, you can ask me. Don't feel shy. Don't feel bad. 10 minutes, 11:35, we'll stop. Online, you all are okay? Are you all doing? I'm going to call you to give the answer also. Yes.
Younger, so, yes. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, I want to share something with you all because I know my students also did this. They had a problem. Okay, listen, everyone. Problem statement actually is a problem statement. But some of you will be wondering, statement means one sentence, right? How come you all write problem statement 2-3 pages, isn't it? So if you're writing journal article, it's 1 line only, or 2 lines maximum. But for PhD or masters, you actually do 2 or 3 pages. So the first page, you will be writing the problem statement. After that, you can say that this problem has not been done by others. That is a gap. So if you ask me, where should the research gap be? Is it in the problem statement or in chapter 2? Research gap should be in chapter 2. But in the problem statement part, 1 or 2 paragraphs you can write. And in the literature review part, you write more. Yes. Okay. So it has to be, because many examiners will ask the student, where is your gap? I can see your problem statement very clear, but I don't see your gap. So you must write 1 or 2 sentences in the problem statement, the last part. Okay? Yeah. Okay, let's see others. You can just do like this, students and staff. You can just do box because I'm just going to check whether randomly, whether you understood what I said. Yes.
I have a question.
Yeah.
My stuff like told me that probably I'm doing the doctorate. But if I did not. Supervised by president will be and we should do the same.
No, then how is it that it is true?
Is it an issue with university specific? I mean,
See, you're saying this like
so, just, whatever the issue is, and I have other problem. Should be
remember the examiner asked you. You said that beginners getting stressed. Who are you to say? I can say anything. I can say anything.
I mean,
So the.
because this conference, yes, but I just use the historical scientific because
Oh, it's just.
yeah,
Discussing the science, you know.
I mean,
Anything.
for reason the process understand, but because I So I'm just, it's like, this specific.
No. Never. The one which is university specific, one university is the research gap chapter one.
So,
But most of us do research gap after the
yes,
research review.
yes.
We research and we pass the exam. That one is university specific. It doesn't make sense. One of the universities I was, which was chapter two. The one I was before, put in chapter one. And then when the examination comes from the external, they ask questions. So it's very easy. You just have to say, this is the same. It's like that. You won't be there. Because we respect. But
Presentations.
yeah, and the citation has to be 2 or 3 years. It has to be recent. That one is interesting. Okay, you Google it. See. Okay, can I get it all? So, see your. No, when is your name? When or when? Currently, when is the problem in the last 2 years? Yeah. We can say in the last 2 years or post-COVID or still after RMP, the team was. That's the way. Right. Yeah, the one you read, you know. Yes. Everything here is based on the. Yes. It's right. Okay, 3 minutes more. I'm going to call you all for example. So there's one. Actually, one problem. But that problem. There's one B. But she was not example of this. So for example, why? That's another step. So I can, you know, unless they're all related to public statement. Then you can very simple. One. And they can be three small problems related to that. It cannot be one is yes, yes. That one is issue. Yeah. One is. Okay. What is the most?
Yeah, the problem is because the consumer actually consumers. Such as the
Like.
Oh.
It's like in the shape. It's
Consumer.
Yeah.
Okay. Same. Oh, okay.
Yes, correct. Very good. You have something to share? Okay, so online, when we call somebody online. Hi, ladies and gentlemen, students. Hi. Yeah, I should stand here. Hello, those online, you want to share your, you got any questions to ask in the first place? Questions? No? Please put on the chat box. I can answer for you. Okay. So, all okay. Okay. So, our most active student, can I ask you what was the problem?
Yeah.
Academic integrity. Okay, very good.
So, very wonderful.
So, what is the problem? That's the problem.
Partly because academic integrity has this rigid, very rigid process to it. And then AI breaks that rigidity, right? Because people can just take something and use it without using it. So that's, I think that is the
Okay.
problem.
One more thing, that's very good. One more thing you all must remember, your problem cannot be very broad.
Yeah.
Ah,
I mean, it's a very good one.
yeah.
Because we will limit the scope.
Yes.
Yes.
Just make it doable, feasible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's a
The who is, I mean, non students, academics, where.
stakeholders, with education stakeholders.
Yes. I think it's
Where?
stakeholders. Where specifically, I think is higher learning. Because schools have a different problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then when I think it's the current.
Okay, maybe you can say this last 1 year.
Yeah.
Actually, it's been happening already, but now it's getting uncontrollable, maybe. It's getting, I won't use the word uncontrollable, but increasing trend.
Yes.
Yeah.
And because there's no existing framework,
Yes.
so the gap is wide. Because there's a solution, but there's no framework.
Okay, so if I ask you, so what? How does this affect who? Okay, so I'm going to open this question to the others. Can you tell me? So,
So
one, why is this study needed?
to make sure that the student receive proper education.
Okay, so this is where we make the mistake. The so what is not what is our recommendation, or not what is our RO. The so what is why is this study important? Huh? Yes, the quality of our education, our students is dropping because they are not using the 21st century skills. They are not creative. They don't want to use for everything they can get, right?
So we have to find the teacher review to prove the education is dropping. But what after we find the teacher review to show that the AI is shoot up,
So you can't do this study
then we cannot do this.
because your whole study is based on evidence, right?
Because this library are article that say that after the AI, all the publications shoot up
Yes.
consistently. So that's why we cannot do a study why this phenomena shoot up.
Can,
We can.
but you see like what, Morgana. So you see like what Morgana said, even yesterday I was reading this journal article where they say that with this AI, the quality of the papers are going down.
Yes.
It's fast. Everybody is publishing because of our KPI. Okay, then you have all this, not just promotion, but also KPI. The head has KPI, everybody has a KPI. So we are publishing, we want to publish as quick as possible, not just publish, Scopus, WOS, peer review kind of thing. So sometimes the journals which are not very good, they just take it because you pay. So the quality is compromised. Yeah.
So what time we do literature review? We same topics, but we got positive view and then negative view. So for example, this AI, right? One will say the integrity is good, and then another will say
Nobody will
integrity
ever
is
say
negative.
integrity is good. You can.
Example, I mean,
I know what you mean. You know what? Actually, the problem statement doesn't really come from the journal. Problem statement comes from newspaper, something which is currently happening. Some World Bank report or Bank Nagara report if it's finance. Sometimes you can get from journal also. But most of the time, I get my problem statement from Google. And then I try to look whether got evidence or not. I look at the Kementerian's report, like that.
I mean, there's so much section. I mean, so one party saying because it is dropping. I mean, one party say paper is dropping, so it's
No.
important.
The so what is important is why is academic integrity important?
Um,
Yeah. Why is academic? You see, like Yanja's one, why is chatbot important? Because it's fast, it's efficient, anybody can do it. You have to be in the AI age, like that. So all the advantages is the so what? Sometimes lah.
Ask what if the implication there's two sides to it. So let's say the one of the big thing is if we monitor properly, the quality will still be the same. But the overreaction to that is people ban the use of AI. Then we lose the tool.
Yeah.
So the implication may be both, right?
So this is what I'm so happy to hear from you. One of the reasons the so what is academic integrity can be maintained by what? How?
So the other end is
Yeah.
we use the AI for good.
Yes, yes. So you can do both, yeah. But please don't confuse the so what is, why is this study important? Why? Not the results or how to do, That one you will do later. Now not yet come there also. Okay, this group, anyone wants to try? Yes?
So shall I give the problem, right? So the topic is the use of drama in education as a creative expression of neurodivergent students. The problem is the number of students under the spectrum has increased in the diploma program because I manage the diploma program. So I see statistically many students come in and they have some sort of neurodivergent tendencies, like whether they are ADHD, autism, Asperger's. So
If the students are having that problem,
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so who is affected? Neurodivergent students from the diploma program, where Shah Alam, when current time.
Okay. Yeah, you will give it some gap lah. Other studies did what? Okay, what? So what?
Oh, this one I have.
It's good for one night.
Okay. Okay, very good. Okay, so there's one. Okay, let's read out one from online. Let me see. Australian live sheep. Abdul Muhanif, are you there? Can you open your camera, please? I want to see you. Okay, Australian live sheep goats export to Malaysia. What is the problem? Okay, that's the topic. Okay. Air versus sea model shift. So more moving from air to sea. Is it? Okay. Who is affected? Importers and end users. All right. Good. Where? Malaysia. Yes. When? 2020. Okay. All right. So this is something which is going to happen lah. Can it be an example of problem statement? Yes. Can. Despite increasing digital, okay, let's look at Human. Human? Human. Okay, Human, that's a good question. Despite increasing digital literacy, why it is not normalized amongst many baby boomers who still exhibit hesitation towards online shopping post-COVID? Yes, very good. Yeah. So just remember everyone, problem statement means something is happening which is not normal. It shouldn't happen. So you want to know why. Okay, so in that story, I gave you the elements, who, where, what, when, and all. Okay, so a little bit more, since you didn't go for a break. Final takeaway, everyone. Okay, the researcher must be able to convince the reader. So if you are doing your PhD, is your examiner. If you are doing a research grant, it is the government, KPT, like now the grants are out. If you are doing a journal article, it's the reviewer. So what is it? I'm saying you have to convince the stakeholder why you want to do the research. Again and again is the problem statement. Remember, you haven't even started the research. If this is correct, no problem. The research is a good research. The PhD is a good study, okay? Why you want to do the research? You have to also convince yourself, not just the stakeholder, okay? Secondly, I want you all to remember the title for today's research topic was Research for a Reason. So you are a researcher, you're not a consultant. It's two different things. Research has to be scientific inquiry, evidence-based, not because your friend came and told you, nowadays the universities are no good, we don't need to go to these universities in Malaysia, let's go to Manila, let's go to Philippines. Where is the evidence? You just hear, no, cannot, okay? Last one, the so what factor. So the takeaway here, everyone, is you must convince the stakeholder that your research is important because of the so what. So please try to get the so what clear and firm. Your research will not be argued by anybody. Okay? Okay, the last one, I'm going to leave you here to think about Albert Einstein. Okay, this is not what I said, it's what Albert Einstein said. If he had an hour to solve a problem, he will spend 55 minutes. Remember, 60 minutes is 1 hour, right? 55 minutes, he will think about the problem. 5 minutes, he'll think about the solution. So in other words, how to frame the problem and why is it important to solve the problem, 55 minutes. Yeah, I think we all need a lot of time, right? Just now I gave you all 10 minutes or so, you all came up with such good answers. I didn't check everyone. So my delivery to you is the last sentence. Let's spend our time mastering the problem first. Okay? So with that, I would like to say thank you very much. Can we have the lights on? Thanks, dear. Okay, so I really hope you got at least something for these 2 hours. Okay, so every time you are going to do any research, just keep asking yourself, so what? Why is this research needed? What is wrong? It happened lah. So why? Why am I wasting my time doing a research? So yours was very good. The rate of these children is really alarming. We just want to know why. Because, yes, it's going to affect their parents, it's going to affect society, it's affecting their fear, yeah, their education, child's family.
The
no?
lecturers.
The lecturers. So the moment you start thinking like that, your topics very good. Okay, academic integrity, chatbot. She also had a very good question. And the sir there. Only girls, I didn't hear you all. Never mind, I hear one day I'll come to your place and listen to you. And yours also is really good, mental health. But you see, the way you answered me when I asked you, you have the answer, but you didn't know that it's actually, this is our problem. We know the answer, but we didn't know actually that is so important. So what? So when you go for Viva and all that, the examiner will ask you, keep on asking you, so what? Why are you doing this? And then you'll be thinking, what's wrong with you? I read so many things. You keep on asking me, so what, so what? Because it's not clear. You didn't answer our question of, so what? You answered everything except, why are you doing this research? What is the value? That's what we want to know. Sometimes it's only one sentence. It's not very long. Okay, all right. I thought we could take a photograph, Ma. How do we do that?
Maybe we can.
So anyone wants to say something before we take a photograph? Okay. Thank you. I really hope you learned something. Even if I got 50% of student, I'm happy. More than 50%, I'm more happy. Come.
Can all stand
Can we stand here?
with this background? Is it okay? Or Prof, you want to sit?
Sit here. Okay, just Prof, come. Some of you come this side and push a bit. I will have to take here. Yeah? Yeah. Oh, it's okay. You can come. Oh, come this side. Stop. Stop. All right. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Freestyle. 1. Okay, thank you. Take a selfie now. Touch down. It's okay. That's okay. Okay, thanks everyone. All of you are dedicated for the academic stuff. Okay, students, thank you very much. See you all. Oh, sorry. I'm supposed to be here. Yeah, wait, I just tell them bye. Okay, bye everyone. See you all.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Yes. Oh, you also applying.
From school. Can I give you? Also, give us a.
Don't take out the title first.
Just one channel.